2024 Dodge Charger Daytona SRT Banshee. Two-door Challenger body, basically. Hatchback. Trunk. Two screens on the inside, no other buttons. Real Tesla-like, right? Just two big screens. Foldable seats in the back. Fake exhaust noises. We don't know where that comes from because that's under patents. He won't talk about that. The Erupt transmission system is under patent. He won't talk about that either. And then the most important detail that everyone wants to know, what sort of power is this machine putting down? He won't talk about that either because it's under patents right now, and the lawyers are working it out in the background. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This muscle car looks weak. It looks real weak, and I'm not impressed at all. Let's talk about it. What is going on, guys? It's your boy Knockout 360 here with another video for you guys, so you can tell them in the car that makes this a car vlog. You already know it's going down when I come around. Let's get into it, man. I'm gonna just skip the best. Let's just get to it. So we've gone through the 3 days of the Dodge Speed Week, Roadkill Nights, the whole nine, right? You know, the first day, I'm sorry, they unveiled the new Hellcats, new colors, bringing back the Dodge Durango Hellcat, bringing back the Charger and Challenger Hellcat. No more power, nothing like that. No more upgrades or anything like that. Direct connections completely open. We already know that the Hellcat Durango's coming back. Charger and Challenger Hellcats are coming back. 6 mystery cars we're looking forward to in the future here this next year. Like I said, all the colors and stuff are coming back. All the colors that you love is coming back. The second day, the Dodge Hornet, by far, well, I thought it was the weakest car that Dodge had ever produced because maximum horsepower of 288. Basically, 2 motors, one conventional 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, and then an electric motor in the back, combined for a whopping 288 horsepower. Okay. That was the Dodge Hornet. Underwhelming at best. And then today, which is basically the future of Dodge. A lot of you guys are looking at it and saying, today is going to determine whether or not I will be a Dodge fanboy or fangirl in the future. Today is going to determine whether or not I will be saving up and purchasing the Dodge in the future, whether or not Dodge is going to be the brand that I'm going to be kind of a loyalist to in the future. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not impressed with that car at all. Every single time that you've ever heard me talk about the Challenger being a brick on wheels, this is literally, this new Charger Daytona electric stuff, it's literally a brick on wheels. Like, it's, the front end is just square, right? Like an old 1970 Charger, which I guess that's kind of their, you know, homage to the past, because we knew that they were going to do that. The rear is just a big square as well, similar to the old 1970 Charger, right? Similar to, you know, the Challenger. It's got that one light that goes around the back in the rectangular fashion. This video is going to be all over the place, guys. I've got notes, so we're going to do that. First things first, he started off talking about basically the future of Dodge's EV. He didn't want to make this change as soon as he did, but it just kind of had to happen. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those things where the industry is moving this way, so we've got to move this way as well. We can't be stuck in the past, although the past has been quite profitable for you, if I may say so myself. But he says that we got to move on. He says that as of today or as of yesterday morning, I don't understand that. I don't know 14,000 people that was putting in orders for Dodge Hornets. I don't know where that came from. I didn't even know that you could put in orders for Dodge Hornets. He literally said over 14,000 people as of yesterday morning had pre-ordered UV cars. Now, I don't know if that's Dodge Hornets. I don't know if that's, you know, whatever cars he's got coming in the future, but he says 14,000 people. And of course, he wants to throw that number out there because he wants you to think that these cars are moving, like they're selling, and they're going to continue to sell. I beg to differ. We're going to talk about that in another video, but I beg to differ. If you're going to do it, it's got to be done the Dodge way. He kept saying that. Kept saying it needs to look like a Dodge, sound like a Dodge, and drive like a Dodge. When the car, it sounded like a combination of a Lamborghini and a vacuum cleaner. Like it just sounded so fake. It sounded so anti-muscle, anti-Dodge. Everything that, I mean, everything that ever made exhaust systems sound great, this sounds fake as fuck. I mean, it's one of those things like when you're driving your car and you rev your shit, not every single rev is going to be perfect. And I say that to say not every single rev is going to sound the exact same. Some revs are going to be louder, some are going to be a little more aggressive, some are going to linger on a little bit longer. With this being a fake ass exhaust, what you have to realize is that it's all mechanical, like it's all software. And because it's all software, every single rev is going to sound the exact same. The same loudness, the same depth, the same bass, it all sounds the same and it all sounds fake. And we know it's fake. I mean, he even went as far as to say it's Hellcat loud.
How loud is that? That's Hellcat loud?
It's jet passing the tower loud. Like, no, it's not. It may be loud, but it's loud and fake. I mean, what did he say? He said it was Hellcat loud, 126 decibels. Now, personally, I don't know how damn loud that is, but that doesn't sound loud at all. I'm pretty sure that my headphones get up to like, if I'm not mistaken, I think my earbuds get up to like 115 decibels or a little over 100, 108, something like that. That's not loud. And then once again, it's coming from a sound chamber. That's what it's called, sound chamber exhaust, which basically means a fake ass sound box that's under the hood of the car. And it's patented, so he wouldn't go into depth about that. And you'll hear that word often in this video, patented, because every him comparing the futuristic car to what we know. He's given us some sort of precedent to compare against. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wouldn't just say it's really loud. He's going to say it's Hellcat loud. Now, if you know anything about the Hellcat, when you buy a Hellcat stock, it's loud, but it's not nearly as loud as it can be. It's not nearly as loud as it should be. And it's not nearly as loud as a lot of people make them out to be. You know what I'm saying? When you buy Hellcat off the lot, it's loud. When you put it in track mode, it's decently loud, moderately loud. But realistically, the first thing that people do is take their shit to a exhaust shop, and then they get the pipes chopped. And once they get the pipes, that's when you unlock the loudness in a Hellcat. And I highly doubt that this exhaust on this new electric Charger Daytona, I want to call it a Charger Daytona Pro, but I'm not going to do that. Charger Daytona Banshee is not going to sound like that. But he kept saying that it sounded like a Hellcat. Let's continue. But we can't talk any further about the exhaust because it's under patent. So yeah, we talked about the square body. I mean, it's less aerodynamic than a Challenger. You can't tell me that it's not. And as far as the weight is concerned, every electric car that I've ever seen, from the Teslas to the Lucids, they're always heavy as shit. Like the Lucid, which is a 4-door electric car or whatever, although it beat the Hellcat in the drag race or whatever, like that thing is like 5,000 pounds. Like, it's heavy as hell. That battery is not light, you know, machinery in any sense of the imagination. So aerodynamics is out the window. It's a big box or big block of brick on wheels. It's extremely heavy. We did see the Brembo brakes, so I mean that's kind of something that came from the past. The fact that it's a 2-door Charger, you guys have always been asking for a 2-door Charger. When the Charger came back in, what was that, like 06, 07? A lot of you guys were complaining the fact that it was 4 doors. It's a sedan. It takes away from the muscle aspect of it. Well, you got that back. It's 2 doors now. You got a 2-door electric, whatever the hell they're calling this. It came back. So the Charger is no longer 4 doors. It's 2 doors at this point. He kept using words like assault and battery to make, you know, it sound more aggressive than what it is. At the end of the day, it's a EV. It's a EV UV. It's electric car. It doesn't matter what adjectives you use to define it. It's an electric damn car. When you start it up, you're not going to hear it start up. When it takes off, you're not going to hear it take off. When you see it, there's nothing menacing about this car whatsoever. It's an electric damn car, right? That's all it is. There's nothing menacing about this. It doesn't matter what adjectives you want to use, assault and battery, Dodge way, menacing. There's nothing menacing about this car. It's an electric damn car. Let's just be honest here. Like I said, every time he started talking about something from the exhaust system to the erupt system multi-speed transmission, that's what it's called, erupt system speed transmission. That's what it's called. That's what's, you know, turning the gears. He wouldn't talk about that because that's under patent right now, and he's working it out with the lawyers, right? Wouldn't go into detail on that. It's under patents, it's under wraps. Wouldn't talk about the power. The most important aspect of that car is the power. Because if people can, if you show us incredible numbers, 900, 1,000 plus horsepower, smoking every Hellcat known to man, people will get over the fact that it's an ugly ass box. People will get over the fact that it's fake as fuck as far as the exhaust is concerned. If you give us some tangible numbers and tell us that it's the most powerful car that you have ever produced, a lot of people can swallow the fact that it's ugly as hell and that it's fake as hell and that essentially they're driving a souped up MacBook Pro. They can get over that. But the fact that you wouldn't even tell us the numbers, it just adds to my dislike for this car. What else? 3 power levels. So here's the interesting part about it. He said that the car as it stands comes in 3 power levels, right? Notice he said power levels and not like horsepower or something like that. So basically it's all based off of voltage. So the Banshee system, I'm assuming that's like the, I don't even know, like, is that the SRT? Is that the Hellcat? 800 volts? How goddamn powerful is that? 800 volts? What does that do? How fast does 800 volts go? Anyway, 3 power levels is what the car comes standard with. So I'm assuming the first power level is probably like some basic stuff. Maybe a little under RT type power or a little or over RT. Yeah, so let's talk about it in terms of what we do know. 3 power levels, maybe that's your RT, your Scat Pack, and your Hellcat, right? So that comes standard. So I'm assuming that you can go to the dealership and say, hey, listen, I want this power level, I want that power level, I want that power level. But apparently through direct connection, you can unlock 9 more power levels, right? So here's the problem with that. With my Scat Pack right now, if I want to modify it, I can take it to any shop and get it modified, right? When I first bought my Scat Pack, the first thing I did was I took it to Randy's Auto. Now, Randy's Auto is a huge muffler exhaust shop in North Carolina. It's actually in Gastonia, but everybody knows this shop. Like, that's the place. Once you get a muscle car, you take it to Randy's, you have them chop it up for you, or if you get a brand new exhaust, you take it to Randy's and they'll install it for you. You can't do that with this car because of the technology that's under the hood of this car. Everything has to go through Dodge. So you can't take your brand new Charger SRT Daytona Banshee to Randy's and have them chop the pipes. They've never seen that type of technology before. And because they haven't, there are no other shops that can modify those cars, which means everything that you do to this car has to come through Dodge in a direct connection, making it proprietary to Dodge. It's like Apple. I can't take my Apple phone to Best Buy and just have them pop a new battery in it. It's got to go to the Apple authorized retailer at Best Buy, or I have to take it directly to the Apple store. I can't just take this to, I'm showing my age here, Radio Shack back in the day and have them pop a battery into it. They're gonna look at me and say, we can't touch that. That's got to be done by Apple. Apple gets all of that money. So the same thing with this new Dodge Charger. I'm going to just call it a Dodge Charger. I'm not doing the whole name. The same thing with this new Dodge Charger. You can't just take your car to Randy's Auto or Buddy's Mufflers, right, which is another muffler shop in Charlotte. You have to take every time you want to modify this car, you have to take it to Dodge, which means you have to pay Dodge prices, which means anything that you do to these cars, Dodge gets 100% of the profit and the proceeds, because they know that you can't take your car anywhere else. This technology is not going to be, widely practiced and widely known in 1 year, because it'd be different if this shit came out in 2030 or 2040. By that time, I would imagine body shops, mechanics, stuff like that would be, kind of privy to this type of technology. But considering this shit is literally coming out next year or the year after next, no body shop, no detail shop, no muffler shop, no mechanic is going to be able to touch these cars other than Dodge, which means in order for you to get that 9 other power levels, you've got to go to Dodge and pay Dodge prices, which is smart on their behalf, but it sucks on your behalf because you've got one dealership that you can take it to, and you're going to have to pay top dollar for that. What else? Slam mode, drift mode, drag mode, donut mode. So slam mode, I'm assuming, is the mode that you can just drop it, right? Drift mode obviously speaks for itself. Drag mode, donut mode. So you're going to be able to push a button and then just roast the tires. I mean, it sounds like line lock. So, I mean, assuming that, you know, that car is putting down enough power, you should be able to just, you know, sit and roast the tires. It's gimmicky, but once again, they understand that Dodge fans, we've grown to love that about our cars. So it is what it is. Guys, my final thoughts on this is I don't like it, man. I don't like the body. I don't like the interior. I don't like the fact that my muscle car is a hatchback. I don't like the fact that the Charger is no longer 4 doors. I've grown accustomed to that. Me personally, I like 4-door cars. That's just me. I don't like that the front end is a box and that the rear end is a box. I don't like the fact that the side of it, the side profile, is just a long ass car. No cuts, no serrations, nothing. It's just a long ass car from the side. I don't like the fact that the exhaust is fake as hell and it sounds like a Lamborghini and a vacuum cleaner combined. I don't like the fact that it comes in 3 power levels and you got to go through direct connection to access the other 9 or maybe 9 total, which means every single dollar that I put into this automobile has to go to Dodge. It can't go to Randy's, it can't go to Buddy's, it can't go to my homeboy's shop. I can't take my car to my homeboy who's certified in Dodge. Shout out to my man Chris Dillon, Mad Scatter. I can't take my car to him because he's going to look at it and say, take this MacBook Pro to Apple. Like, bro, this isn't a MacBook Pro. This is my Charger. This is my car. I can't take it to him because he's not going to know what the hell he's looking at. I don't like the fact that he didn't give us any power number indicators. Everything's under patents right now. Can't talk about anything. Can't talk about the power. Can't talk about the exhaust system. Can't talk about the transmission. I don't like this car at all, to be honest with you guys. Just to keep it real with you. And with that being said, unless Dodge comes out with something crazy for this car, maybe, now mind you, this is a concept, right? And it's interesting because this concept car looks like something that dudes in the 90s was talking about, like the concept car from the 90s. Like, you know, the concept car that they said that the Cuda was going to look like, or the, you know, the Viper was going to look like. Like, this looks like one of those concept cars from the 90s. So with that being said, I don't think anything about this car is finalized. I don't think the power is finalized. I don't think the body is 100% finalized. Like I said, I don't think the numbers are finalized. I don't think anything on this car is finalized. If it's considered a concept car, that means it's subject to change by the time it hits dealerships. So we could be seeing some sort of, you know, improvement by the time it hits dealership parking lots. But as it stands right now, guys, there is nothing impressive about this car at all to me. And if I were you and you're looking at this and you feel the same way, hold on to your damn V8s. Because I think that we're living in a day and age where this is as good as it's ever going to get. We're living in the golden age of muscle. I was watching the pirate documentary last night, and they kept talking about the golden age of piracy. And I think right now we're living in the golden age of muscle cars. This is as good as it's ever going to get. It's never going to get better than this, guys. It's never going to get better than 6.4 liter naturally aspirated 500 horsepower muscle cars. It's never going to get better than 6.2 liter supercharged Hellcats that put down 707 horsepower, 710 horsepower, 717, 797, 807, 840. It's never going to get better than the times that we're living in right now. We cannot compare what we're doing right now to the future, because right now, the times that we're living in is in and of itself just separate from that. You know, it's never going to be better than the times that we're living in right now. And it's evident with what Dodge is bringing to the table. So for all you guys that want a Scat Pack or Hellcat, go ahead and get it. Because, and we'll talk about this in another video, but 2023 is going to be it's going to be like the gold rush back in the early 1800s when everybody was going after the gold. Everybody named mama wants a Scat and a Cat in 2023. RT as well. Show love to the 5.7s. Everybody's going to want one. Dodge is bringing back all the original colors. Dodge is giving you all the original, you know, components, engine, all that stuff, wide body, everything. It's going to be hard as hell to get your hands on a 5.7, 6.4, or 6.2. So if that's what you want, I highly suggest you go ahead and get your V8. because this right here ain't it. Dodge Hornet ain't it. This Dodge Charger MacBook Pro, this not it. I'm not feeling this at all. I understand that this is the future, and I understand that, you know, we have to give and take, but I don't like this one bit. And like I said, we'll talk about this in depth in another video. But I'm telling you guys, I mean, if this is indicative of what Dodge is bringing to the table in 24, aside from me having my Hellcat, it may be time to move on to another brand. I've seen people talking about Chevy. Chevy's doing some incredible stuff with the Corvette, man. That mid-engine, come on now. You got to respect it. And then they're coming out with an even more powerful mid-engine. It's one of those things, like, it's almost like Dodge came out with powerful engines too soon, because Chevy's going to take it to another level. Ford is probably going to take the Mustang to the, not to mention the Mustang is always going to be the Mustang. It's always the original. It's always been the original muscle car, the original American muscle car. That Mustang ain't going nowhere. Mustang and Ford is as American as apple pie, you know. What's going to happen is, and I fear that what's going to happen is that Dodge is going to go back to the Dodge of old that we knew in the early 2000s, in the late 90s, when they had the Intrepid, when they had the Neon that nobody was buying. You know what I'm saying? That's what Dodge is going to go back to. I mean, the Challenger has been the best-selling muscle car for the past probably 2.5 years, maybe 3. There's no way in hell that this is selling over a Mustang, even over a damn Camaro. The Camaros are about to die if they're not already dead. Nobody's buying this over those cars. I'm not, personally. I'd buy a Corvette in a minute if you gave me the option of a Corvette and this thing right here. I'm just being honest with you. So for all you guys that's got your V8s, hold on to them. If you're in the market for a V8, go ahead and put your order in and get it taken care of. Because if you ask me, this just isn't it. Now, mind you, it's a concept car. It could change. But if it's anything like this, I'm not feeling this at all. And I think Dodge is going to lose in the future. I think they're going to lose customers. They're going to lose sales. And they're going to lose that reputation. It doesn't matter what you do to that new car that's coming out. It will always be EV. They went to the EV too soon. They killed the Hellcat too soon. They killed the Hemi too soon, if you ask me. I understand regulations. I understand fines and all that stuff. But you would think that with the amount of Hellcats, Scat Packs, RTs that you're selling, you would be able to offset some of those fines that you're paying in the back end. I would think. But now you're going to be leading the field as far as electricity is concerned, but nobody's buying these cars. You completely alienated a demographic. And not to mention, let's be honest here, those days of getting 500 horsepower for $45,000, $50,000, those days is over. I guarantee you that this electric car is coming out no cheaper than maybe 60, 70,000. I'll give it 70,000. You're not getting one of these electric Banshee cars for anything less than, I'd say, 65, 70,000. So you're already alienating an entire generation of people that couldn't afford those cars, that loved the Scats and the RTs because they were powerful, they were stylish, and they were affordable. But now you're alienating that, bringing this mess. Nobody wants a damn Hornet. Nobody. None of us anyway. Families maybe. So once you price out of certain demographics of people, you lose that entire demographic. You lose that entire customer base. That's gone. Right? Now, as much as I even I hate personally seeing kids with Scat Packs and Hellcats, because I know it's only a matter of time before they wrap it around the tree. But the fact of the matter is that from a marketing perspective, you're speaking to the younger generation. You know what I'm saying? You're marketing to them. But when you go this route, you're losing that. I'm going to say something on this channel that you've never heard me say before. But if this is the best that Dodge has to bring to the table, it may be time for us to consider moving on from Dodge. That's a little quick note that I wanted to add in. But as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.